good morning. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Eoniq Navigator. Eoniq are based in Hong Kong and they specialise in producing custom made watches. As you can see, they very kindly custom printed the dial of this Eoniq Navigator with WR4K for Watch Reviews 4K. This watch is available from eoniq.co for $448. Now, Eoniq have very kindly provided me with a discount code. If you use the discount code WatchReviews4K at checkout, you can avail of 10% discount on the $448 price. So firstly, let's look at the watch box that the watch comes in, and then I'll talk you through the other items one gets with the piece. At the end of this review, I will also be doing a giveaway for this watch, so please feel free to enter the giveaway in the comments section, and then I will choose a winner next week. So the Eoniq Navigator comes in this matte grey cardboard outer watch box, which has a drawer which one removes from the sleeve, as you can see. So very good presentation with the Eoniq brand logo and emblem on the lid. And the watch itself comes in this leather effect zipped case, and again it has Eoniq and the brand emblem embossed, and the case is finished to a very good standard. And one unzips the case, and as you can see, in the interior has a suede effect finish to the fabric. It has Eoniq embossed and pockets for the warranty card and instruction booklet, as well as two elasticated straps. The watch itself is secured by these two vinyl straps, which have metal poppers. So very aesthetically pleasing, very well executed, and I like the design of it. I think it is nice and slim, and it would suffice in being used as a travel case, for example. And they've also provided me with a second strap. Now, Eoniq Navigators, they come with a variety of dial designs, case materials, and also straps. And as you can see, the one they've sent me comes on a calf leather strap, but they've also sent me a elasticated parachute cord style strap. It's like the Marine Nationale style strap. So I'll just take it out and show it to you. And as you can see, it has a brushed satin finish stainless steel clasp with the Eoniq brand logo laser engraved into it. Now these elasticated parachute cord style straps, they're very comfortable to wear for long periods of time, because unlike a NATO strap, they expand with the wrist, so one doesn't have to keep resizing the NATO strap. These are actually more practical because they expand and contract with the wrist according to one's temperature. Nicely executed, brushed satin finish stainless steel hardware, so it's not going to rust, it's not plated metal, and the quality of the stitching and the fabric itself is very good. Flawless stitching throughout, and I think that this is a strap that's going to last for a good length of time. Now inside the strap box, one also gets four spare quick release spring bars, which are made from stainless steel. And it's always nice to get quick release spring bars. It means that one can change the strap without using a strap tool, and it's also good to have some spares in case one loses the straps. So nice presentation to the strap box, as you can see, and also nice to get a choice of straps. So if the leather strap isn't your personal taste, you can opt for example, one of these elasticated parachute cord style straps. Inside the watch box, one also gets this card from Eoniq, and it invites you to ask for a free strap. If you take a picture of your watch, such as this Eoniq Navigator, and share it on your Instagram or Facebook with the hashtag Eoniq, you can also enter a draw to get a free strap from Eoniq. One also gets this certificate of authenticity, and it's stamped with the reference number of the piece and also the production date, 13th of November 2020, and also signed by the watchmaker that assembled the watch, and in this case the watch was assembled by Tom and he signed it. So nice touch to get the certificate of authenticity proving when the watch was produced. One also gets this care instructions booklet, which effectively is an owner's instruction manual. Lots of diagrams detailing how to operate the movement and every aspect of the watch. So very useful read if you're unfamiliar with automatic movements, such as the Miyota 82S0 used in the piece. So with regards to the watch itself, this Eoniq Navigator is 44mm case diameter. It has a rather large 53mm lug-to-lug measurement, and it has a thickness of 12mm. The lug width is 22mm, and the weight of the piece on this leather strap is 97 grams, so that's quite surprising. Usually with automatic pieces, and especially a stainless steel case like this in 44mm, it's a large piece. One would expect the heft to be in excess of 100 grams. So really I think 97 grams is very comfortable to wear for long periods of time. Bead blasted satin case, bead blasted satin finish to the bezel, and also the screw down exhibition case back. So it gives it a real nice tool watch aesthetic. It does really fit with the military aesthetic, bearing in mind it has the Flieger dial design. There are numerous dial designs one can choose, and one can custom print one's own logo on the dial to one's satisfaction. Several choices of hands, and also there are options with the crown, and also one can, as I've discussed, choose a strap which one likes. So I really think this 2 stainless steel rivet calf leather strap does suit the aesthetic of this being a Flieger style watch. And 100 meters of water resistance, has a push-pull crown which is solid stainless steel, nail finish to the crown, and signed with an engraved Eoniq emblem logo. With regards to the rest of the specification, it uses C3 superluminova on the sword hands and also the large Arabic numerals, and it has a sapphire crystal which is flat and has 5 layers of AR coating on the underside. 2-year international warranty to the watch, which is very impressive, bearing in mind the price point. And with regards to the movements, it uses the Miyota 82S0. The 82S0 is a reliable, well-proven workhorse Miyota movement made in Japan, and it's nicely decorated. If you look at the bridges to the movement when one tilts it at an oblique angle, you can see it has stripes milled into the bridges, rather than the plain finish one usually gets with an 8000 series Miyota movement. So nice decoration, bearing in mind the price point of the piece, and I really like that aspect that they've decorated the bridges rather than just leaving them plain brushed satin finish. So screw down exhibition case back glazed with mineral crystal. Nice to see a screw down case back rather than a pressed on case back. The screw down stainless steel case back is bead blasted finish, so nice satin finish which complements the case. And I also like that it provides an effective hermetic seal to 100 meters of water resistance, which is perfectly acceptable, bearing in mind that this is a daily wear piece rather than being a dive watch. Now with regards to the Miyota 82S0, it has 21 joules. It runs at 21,600 vibrations per hour and a frequency of 3 Hz. 42-hour power reserve, which is very good. Has hand winding and hacking, which is also very useful. And the stated accuracy of the 82S0 is -5 seconds to +15 seconds per day. Now I'm pleased to report that this one is regulated and running to within +5 seconds per day consistently, and I think really at this price point to get a movement running at +5 seconds is very impressive. So overall, I think the build quality is very good, the quality control is good, and also the finishing of the bead blasting to the case throughout is done to a flawless finish. The bead blasting effect really is a very practical look, and also it is durable because it's very scratch resistant, and unlike a mirror polish finish to the flanks of the case or a brushed satin finish to the tops of the case and the bezel, bead blasting is going to be very durable. It's not going to show scuffs and scratches as well. I think 22mm is the appropriate lug width for the calf leather strap because it is a large piece. It's 44mm in diameter. Now, although this is an automatic powered movement, I like the fact that it's only 12mm, including the exhibition case back. Usually the negative with automatic movements rather than manual wind or quartz is that they have additional thickness to allow for the rotor on the underside of the movement, and also bear in mind that this has a screw down exhibition case back that also usually adds thickness. So low profile piece even though it is a large piece at 44mm. Now with regards to the dial, as you can see it has patina effect loomed to the sword hands and also the painted indices. I like the symmetry and the clear legibility of the Flieger dial design. It really is very nice. Also, it's good that it's not over branded. It simply says WR4K at 12 o'clock and automatic at this 6 o'clock position. So simple piece, it simply has 3 hands and a sweeping second hand. There's no date complications, so therefore it's very purposeful as a daily wear piece. I like the fact that the sapphire crystal has 5 layers of AR coating, and also because it's flat it's not really highly reflective, and therefore the legibility of those Arabic numerals is excellent in all light conditions. I like the fact it has hand winding and hacking, and I think a push-pull crown is perfectly acceptable because it does provide an effective hermetic seal to 100 metres of water resistance. So I'll give you a wrist shot and you can see how it fits on my 8-inch wrist. Now, large piece, 44mm, so I would say to you, if you're a collector with a smaller wrist of 6 to 7 inches, this is going to wear too large on the wrist. However, if you're a collector like myself with a larger wrist of 8 inches, if you have a 7 to 8 inch wrist, the 44mm case is going to wear very flat and comfortable. Due to only being 12mm thick, it's going to easily slip underneath the shirt cuff, and because it has a relatively large lug-to-lug measurement of 53mm, it wraps around the wrist very well. So really it's a piece for a larger wrist, but if you do have a larger wrist, you're going to find it incredibly comfortable due to the flat mineral crystal in that screw-down case back. With regards to the strap, it's finished to a very high standard. It's a thick strap which does fit with a tool watch aesthetic, military inspired piece, and as you can see the leather is very thick, but when it's broken in I think it's going to be very comfortable. I do like the bead blast effect of the two stainless steel rivets, they add to the tool watch aesthetic. Two keepers on the strap, one slides, one's fixed as you can see, flawless stitching throughout, and a signed brushed satin finish stainless steel buckle, and the buckle and tang is well executed with a engraved Eoniq brand emblem logo. Nice thick gauge of metal to the brushed satin finish buckle, it's going to last for a good length of time. And I really like the stitching, I think it's done to a good standard, and also it's nice that it's embossed with Pelle Toscana, and we also have Eoniq signature. So it's a good alternative if you don't like the elasticated parachute cord style Marine Nationale strap that I showed you earlier. The calf leather strap is a good option, bearing in mind that this is a Flieger style watch. So let's do a lume test and we'll see how the C3 Super Luminova performs when it's charged up to its absolute maximum. So I'm using my 100 UV LED torch and I'm going to charge it up to its absolute peak performance. Now C3 Super Luminova gives a very aesthetically pleasing green tone to it, rather like tritium lume, which has now been discontinued. It's now obsolete due to its radioactivity, but it does really suit a Flieger style watch. And as you can see, they fully loomed the dial, including the WR4K logo and also automatic. That's something that I don't often see on watches, but I think it's something other brands should do. They should loom the logo and the other text on the dial, such as automatic, because it's very aesthetically pleasing. As you can see, the painted indices are fully loomed with C3 Super Luminova. They're glowing brightly and they're continuing to glow for a good length of time, as are the sword hands. So really it's a credit to Eoniq, they haven't cut any corners with regards to the quality of the C3 Super Luminova. Clearly legible, good large lume plots and several layers applied to both the indices and the hands. So very impressive, I really like the green tone of the C3 lume, and as I've discussed, it does fit very well with a Flieger style watch and that brushed satin finish with the tool watch aesthetic. So lastly, I'll surmise the piece. What do I think of it overall? Well, when I'm considering a watch on my channel, the watch should meet two criteria. The watch should be both excellent quality and excellent value at the respective price point. So the price point of this Eoniq Navigator is $448 US, but bear in mind you can avail of a 10% discount off that price. So yes, I consider it to be excellent quality, and I would say the value is also good. I wouldn't say it's excellent value because personally I would prefer to see a 9000 series Miyota movement such as the 9015 rather than 8000 series movement such as the 82S0. Having said that, the 82S0 is a good, reliable, well-proven workhorse movement. It's a good solid movement. The negative to the 82S0 is that the rotor on the movement is unidirectional. It does rotate both clockwise and anti-clockwise, but however, it only winds the movement when it rotates clockwise. When the rotor winds anti-clockwise, it has a negligible effect. So that's the disadvantage of Miyota movements, the unidirectional rotor. The other minor criticism I have of Miyota movements is with regards to the sweep of the second hand. Now, it does sweep smoothly around the dial, but a characteristic of 3 Hz movements running at 21,600 vibrations per hour is the second hand does judder more, it stutters rather than sweeping more smoothly. Personally, I prefer movements such as the SW200-1 or the ETA 2824-2 because they run at 28,800 vibrations per hour and a frequency of 4 Hz. And a 4 Hz frequency movement gives a smoother sweep, less stutter, less juddering to the second hand when it sweeps around the dial. Now, however, this is my personal taste, and I appreciate for the majority of collectors, they're not going to mind a 3 Hz movement and 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate of a Miyota movement. So if you don't mind the stuttering of the second hand, really it's not a problem. I really prefer a bidirectional rotor for the reasons I've discussed. It's more efficient because it winds bidirectionally rather than unidirectionally. But these are very minor criticisms, and I have to say it's my personal taste, which is subjective, and for the majority of collectors it's not going to be a problem. So yes, I consider it to be excellent quality. The quality control, the finishing, and also overall the build quality and specification is good for $448. But I would say the value is good value, but I'm not going to say it's excellent for the reasons I've outlined. So I highly recommend it to you for your consideration. If you're looking for a custom made watch and you want to custom print the dial, choose the case material. If you want bronze or stainless steel, for example, you can choose the crown, and you can also choose the strap, as I've discussed. Nice to be able to personalize one's watch and have it custom printed. So please feel free to use the discount code WatchReviews4K to get 10% off. And lastly, I will give you the giveaway. To enter the giveaway, I want you to answer the following question: which movement is used in this watch? Post your answer in the comments section, and next week I will choose a lucky winner of the piece. So I hope you've liked my review of the Eoniq Navigator. Please feel free to post your own comments below the video. Thank you very much.